Hey y'all, very excited to see you. Another week, another Saturday. How y'all doing? How was your past week? I hope that despite everything going on in the world, you are able to find some joy and some peace. And related, before we get started, which of course as usual I will be reading for all of the signs in order, looking at overall focus and energy for the week, followed by a look at money, job, finances, pentacles, things, and finally we will look at love, relationships, connections, the feels. Very much looking forward to seeing what Spirit wants to let you all know for your highest good. And before we do that, hey Lisa, I just gotta say, Black Lives Matter. If you have an issue with that, there are issues you have that cannot be addressed by a tarot reading, and I would advise you to find somebody who suits you if you take issue with that statement. And if you don't, and if you believe Black Lives Matter, hey Mandy, please go ahead and, share that business around. Share the good word. Spread the gospel of love and light. And this is, hey Mike, morning. This is inextricable from my spirituality. So anybody, again, who might take issue with that or think it is not my place to say that, or especially in this environment, you'd be incorrect and I'd forgive you for that. Love you. Hey, y'all are wonderful. So excited to see you. Wonderful people I know. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Beautiful. All right. So, with love and light, let's dive right into the fire with Aries. Aries sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. What do they need to know this week, Spirit? Overall focus and energy for Aries for their highest good. I'm always meaning to pull one card. Hey, Nikki, but I can't help it. I think Spirit knows I'm a wordy bitch. All right. Money, job, finances, raspa. Yes, Joey, if you get one, please bring me some. Money, jobs, finances, work for Aries. Okay. And finally, love, connections, the feels. Hey, good morning. Bless y'all for starting your day with me. Love it. Love, connections for Aries, sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. Thank you. Correct. Black Lives Matter. Appreciate it. Can't say it enough. Love, feelings, connections for Aries. 3 cards. Okay, Aries, let's get into it. Overall focus and energy. Oh, I love it. Oof. Okay, choices to make. You got to be discerning this week, Aries. Are you awake yet? Gonna want to wake up because there is a golden opportunity being presented to you, not to be confused with a silver platter, okay? Ace of Pentacles is a seed. It requires your nourishment. It requires your work, your investment to make something of this thing. But if there is a project that you've been thinking about getting started, here's your clarifier. You are in the right mind. You are in the right headspace. I'm hearing some of you speakers, writers, free thinkers, speaking the truth, using the sword when necessary, remembering that our swords are our words. We could rename her the Queen of Words. Speak truth, and that will cultivate this thing. And look, we haven't gotten into money, jobs, finances yet. We'll talk about that in a second, but Ace of Pentacles is a pretty clear indicator of the possibility of new income opportunity, new job opportunity. Again, if you've been thinking or seeking or maybe even thinking strategically, Queen of Swords, man, I should be starting a side hustle or looking for a different job because I'm concerned that what I'm doing right now isn't it or isn't going to last. It's a good time to strategize and to go for what you want. You're presenting yourself very well. Some of you may even have interviews or be like sending in applications, writing grants, etc. Looks pretty good for those of you. No, that's very specific, but for those of you to whom that applies, looks like it's going great. Don't hesitate to work on things that are worthwhile, okay? Now, work. what is worthwhile? Here's part of the reason I feel like some of you may be looking for a new opportunity. 5 of Cups, Spirit got a clarifier for you here too. But Aries, I wouldn't spend too much time crying over spilled milk. That's not like you. If somebody comes and tips over your cups, you usually like get on your way or, you know, go spider monkey on them and take care of business. But I would advise you to do neither of those things. I would advise you to focus on cultivating what you want and not looking at and focusing on what you don't want. And I want to make a quick distinction that I'm not saying pretend everything is cool. I'm not saying like, nope, that's not happening. No, 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 no. Like, I'm saying that, okay, those cups spilled over. This job sucks, or this job is forcing me to develop a soul callus. You ever been in a job like that? I have. Anybody ever worked at a call center? My God. But anyway, back to you, Aries. There is a sense in which you are feeling a little unfulfilled. And between that Ace of Pentacles and the kind of subtler imagery of this card, that there is something full and still standing behind you, I want to say just don't spend too long looking at the spilled milk. Feels like that is over and done with and it sucks, like furlough or fired, or again, it's just like a depressing environment. It's time to start looking at what's working and how to multiply what is working. And here's the good news. You don't need to do any heavy lifting in the outside world. Yes, I encourage you, apply for jobs, apply for grants, apply for assistance, whatever it is you need. Ace of Pentacles, apply. If you apply force to this Ace of Pentacles, it can like spring from a seed into an orchard with time, with patience, with cultivation. Aries, patience isn't always your strong suit. Spirit is asking you to work from the inside out. What do I really want? What am I really worth? The Hermit does not indicate isolation, but it indicates needing to think and speak and be for yourself. Very related to the Queen of Swords, who's a queen of independence. So I'm also kind of getting the feeling that y'all just need some major clarity. Might be a good time to like write out all your thoughts and issues in a journal. Some of you may want to go and find a Queen of Swords in your life, someone who's like that. I don't want to say brutally honest, like I don't need any of your brutality, but the friend who's willing to say something that might not make you happy, but it's like, this is the truth. You know, Queen of Swords, she's like a doctor with like her bedside manners, okay, but she's a genius surgeon. Like, take that sword, shoop, shoop. This right here, this is bullshit. So either you're going to do that for yourself or someone is going to do it for you. And you may well do it for yourself, because the Hermit is listen to you. And I would only tell you to get the Queen of Swords as counsel, because that's like the other person who can be the most honest with you. I also get the feeling that some of you, there's an entrepreneurial spirit there. So related to that Ace of Pentacles and then that 5 of Cups, the Hermit, some of you might be feeling like, okay, I need to go it alone. Maybe this person or whatever is never going to get on board. Like, maybe I just need to go for it and not wait anymore. And that's pretty much what I'm hearing is like, don't hesitate. I'm hearing commit. So this is interesting. Let's get into it. When it comes to connections, when it comes to love, when it comes to feelings, remembering that yes, love applies to romance and couples, but it goes toward family, toward friends, etc. Judgment is saying it's time to make a commitment, Aries, and these are general readings. You should take that to mean what is true in your life. Where are you feeling like you're kind of uncommitted? You're kind of like, oh, I could stand here and look at my options forever. Forever. You want to make a choice. If you have one pitcher, right, Aries, and you got some water, whatever, sangria, whatever you like, whatever you want in the pitcher, and you have 7 glasses, that's a finite amount of juice. And do you want to end up with 7, glasses with a couple of inches worth of water? Or do you want like 1 or 2 full to the brim glasses? You can be a little bit of a dilettante, a dabbler, a little of this, a little of that, a little of this. I relate, I understand. But Spirit is saying, commit and see what happens. Commit and see what happens. I mean, come on now. If you grab one cup and you grab the right cup, the cup with the magical little fishy who's in here and going to say, hey, can I grant you a wish? Like, thank you for plucking me off the mantle. If you will throw me back in the sea, I would be happy to do this for you. Page of Cups is good news, and news that, like, fills your heart. So Aries, committing to something, whether that is a person, whether that is a course of action, that is, and this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, self-loving, that invites a better, higher love. Wow. Oh my God. Who sings that fucking song? Bring me a higher love. I'm totally hearing it. This is what you get for tuning in live, okay? I'm so sorry. Okay, Aries, good news when you commit, when you know what's worth your time and you move forward with it, okay? Be honest with yourself about what you want and go for it. Don't hesitate. If something hasn't been doing it and giving you the juice, walk away. Either that person, because I'm feeling for some of you it is a person, either that person is not going to give you the juice, or when you walk away, they're going to be, thank you, Nina, I appreciate that. Or they're going to be like, damn, that person took away my juice. I better fucking get my shit together. Either way, Aries, you've got to be the one to honor yourself, because we get what we think we deserve. Okay? Okay. In love and in money. That be the truth. Okay. All right. So now, from the fire, let's ground this energy. Let's ground into Taurus. Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, Taurus dominant people. What does Taurus need to know, Spirit? This week, overall energy and focus. Okay. Okay. Now, when it comes to money, finances, work, jobs for Taurus. Okay. And feelings, connections, family, friends, romance. When it comes to the realm of emotions, Spirit, it's again, a lot of cards. I'm a wordy bitch. Hell yes. Oh my God, Taurus. Damn. Damn. You know, it's not too good to be true. Hey, Missy, thank you for joining us. You are showing, no pun intended, you are showing a lot of strength. Hey, Derpy. Derpy is also joining us. Yes, you may climb into my lap. Thank you very much. She just adds to the magic. Look at your overall energy for the week. Again, I was trying to go for one. Spirit always wants more. Wow. Your independence, your principles, and being willing to fight for those principles in whatever way is necessary. Of course, I'm feeling like what I feel that some of you are fighting for your position, or you may feel that way, but this is telling me you are very firmly planted. You are talented, you are gifted, you are very much on top of things. Some of you may have Aries placements because I shuffled these cards up very well, but she leapt right into that same position. So if you are an Aries, Taurus person, sun, moon, rising, etc., it's kind of like a double down on the message for you. I'm feeling pride. I'm feeling independence. I'm feeling that if you don't have that, Taurus, if you're feeling right now like you aren't proud of what you've created, this is a week to focus on that. Lily, yay! So happy to see you. Oh my God, I just punched my cat in the face because I was so happy to see you. Very gently, I promise, but if you heard her meow, I wish you could have seen her face. Okay. Oh my God. Taurus, standing up for yourself, standing up for your position. If you are not feeling proud yet of where you are, this is a week to fight for your place. Now, I want to make a quick distinction. You should never have to fight for your place with people. Like, hey, please respect my time. Hey, please, like, respect our emotions and these boundaries. Fuck that. So don't be fighting for anybody's affection or time or anything like that. Can't really see a Taurus doing it anyway. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't fight for anybody. But you may be fighting for your principles. You may be doing some Facebook, Instagram, Twitter comment wars. That could happen. You do have the higher ground. So I do want to say, if you find yourself fighting for position, fighting for status, fighting, I'm hearing to be seen, fighting to be recognized for your leadership, for your skills, etc., looks good for multiple reasons. But I want to, again, kind of like Aries, I want to say, don't hesitate. I don't, wow. I don't think you're going to have to fight that hard. Especially when it comes to your money and recognition for your skills, your power, your prowess. Queen of Swords is, I'm going to say it again, it's like Queen of Words. She is witty, she is funny, she is honest, and if you are out here spewing some bullshit, she will cut right to the heart of it. So Taurus, you may find yourself doing a little bit of that. But when it comes to money, it feels like you can sit quite pretty. Didn't you have this last week? I feel like this might have come up for y'all last week. Empress energy, Venus energy, she is your ruler. And this Empress in particular is such a beautifully earthy version, like just out here in nature, chilling with her cushions and her throne out in the middle of the woods. I love that dichotomy. She is so at home in her skin. And that is what you need to be this week, Taurus, to receive that which is your due. Stand proud in yourself, in every aspect of yourself, including the part of you that feels like it gotta fight, or the part that feels like I gotta come in here and tell you that you're full of shit, or I'm taking the lead on this. Now, the thing about strength, and I find it very interesting, these two come connected together when it comes to work, money, finance, etc. Both of these cards indicate taking a very actually laid back approach. The strength card is about inner strength. It's about, if I am out here, this is what Spirit is saying, if I'm out here seeking something from anybody else, in what way may I not be giving that to myself? Because let me make sure that my own needs are taken care of, so I'm not out here trying to get jobs, money, people, accolades, whatever, to fill the voids. Hey, yay, thank you for joining us. Do you feel worthy of getting what you want, Taurus? A lot of you do. And some of you feel like your worth is tied to your accomplishments, and I would encourage you to think differently. What you contribute to the world goes far beyond the money you make or like the projects you complete and things like that. And Empress is asking you to show yourself some big love. Some of you might even be doing something like undergoing therapy. Hey, Katie. Very, very excited to see you. This is also that when you are like, okay, so we're talking about jobs, right? We're talking about career. And what I'm hearing is like, some people say go along to get along. And that's not what I'm hearing at all. I'm hearing when you take care of you, you allow other people to take care of you. When you know what you're worth, you don't have as much of a problem walking away from the table if it doesn't look like it's going to turn out the way that you want to. I think there are people out there who want to give you what you want. We haven't even gotten to connections and love, but I'm feeling that, you'll know why in a second, that your connection and love cards are partially connected to this. Feels like there could be, I don't know, mentor, like patron, like benefactor. Somebody may come in and say, I want to see you succeed. And again, I'm going to say, Taurus, that it's not about doing heavy lifting on the outside. It's doing that stuff on the inside of, if there is something that you want to do, you want more money, you want a better position, you want to do a side hustle, and if there is something that is like holding you back, Spirit is asking you, what is your hesitation? Is it like, I'm going to look dumb, or no one's ever done this before, or everybody's doing this and why should I put myself in the fray when everybody else is, you know, already trying to do this thing, which is something this can indicate. It's like, oh, well, why should I be on YouTube, or why should I publish a book, or why should I whatever? Like, people already do that, or people already have this business. Not like you, Taurus. Not like you. So look at your hesitation. and ask yourself, is this a trigger of mine? Or did somebody plant this trigger in me? Did somebody install this trigger, my parents or whomever, my culture, my whatever, that says you should only do this, or this is an appropriate thing to do, or this is an appropriate amount of money, or it's inappropriate to ask for this much, or it's inappropriate to seek this or that. And if that trigger is not yours, well, actually, whether it's yours or someone else's, I advise you to A, get clear about who it belongs to, and then B, dismantle that shit. You know what? I'm okay with failing if it means that I get closer to success. You know what? I'm okay with asking for what I want, even if, and here's Spirit's just giving an example, some of you might be about to launch like a product or a project or a channel or whatever. And you might be saying, I want to charge this much for it, or this is my goal for it. Don't dial it back. Be willing to be as audacious as you can, and knowing ahead of time, I'm being audacious. Like, I'm being brave, I'm being audacious. If I don't get the number of people that I want or whatever on this first video or this first product or this first launch, that does not mean I failed. Being audacious is what gets us to the next step a little sooner. We may fail a little sooner or a little harder, but then we learn a little faster and a little more, and then we go on. And I don't fucking think you're gonna fail, Taurus, at least not in any lasting way. Whew. Some of you have options when it comes to love. This is the sector of love, connections, family, feelings, etc. New beginnings. I'm feeling also, like, weirdly enough, Spirit is showing me this and saying olive branch. So some of you, I kind of feel like somebody may approach you and be like, hey, we had a misunderstanding, or hey, like, I'm really sorry about XYZ. It's up to you whether you would like to take that, Taurus, but I'm feeling like somebody, like, I'm feeling some conciliatory energy. And what's really fascinating about this, the aces, and you have two, which is already something worth noting. The aces always indicate new beginnings, whereas the world indicates completion of a cycle, and this kind of sense of a big picture, a graduation of like, wow, now that I'm way up here, I can see why I had to go through that, and then here, and then that, and then that, and then that, and at the time I thought that this is all fucked up, and this is dumb, and why am I going through this? Epiphany. Now I get it. And no joke, no surprise, no coincidence that these are both aces that can represent epiphanies, spiritual and mental respectively. So you could come to some mental, emotional, psychological, like, moments, and therefore enjoy your relationships a lot more. I'm hearing taking your control and taking your authority and your power back. And again, some of that may come from this person admitting that they were full of shit, or they were immature, or they were dumb, or whatever it is they're going to say to you. Some of you, that person may never reach out, and you may be the one that needs to come to the conclusion that, you know what, that person couldn't give me what I wanted. Again, remember, this could be partner, past partner, or whatever. This could also be like your mother, your father, a family member that has let you down. You may come to the realization that you were not let down because you were not enough. You were let down because that person maybe didn't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not castigating either one of you in the situation. You're being set free. You're getting some opportunities, like, I mean, opportunities in multiple ways, honestly, because these readings and these energies bleed together, and I'm just feeling like new understanding breeds new relationships, is what Spirit just said. And you don't even have to necessarily speak that truth to anybody else. Again, I'm feeling like some of you have Aries placements because Spirit's connecting it back to that Hermit card, saying you can be the one that comes to this conclusion. You could never say a word to anybody about it, but your energy is going to be different, and your approach to people is going to be different, and the people who approach you are going to be different. Hey, Lucy, I'm going to put it in the comments for you. Anybody can have it right out of a box. Because I love giving up all the secrets. Okay. All right. So now, from Taurus, we're going to go up, up, up into the air, take from the earth into our hot air balloon, multicolors to match Gemini's flash in the pan energy. Quicksilver Gemini, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. Hey, David, hey, Lisa, oh my God. Gemini, Quicksilver Gemini. My Mercurial Aries friends, what do they need to know this week, Spirit? Gemini, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. You're so kind. Gemini, Gemini dominant folks, what do they need to know, Spirit? Overall energy and focus for the week. Okay? Now, when it comes to money, job, finances for Gemini, money, resources. Woo! They threw that right out. Very Gemini cards. We're going to talk about it. Do you hear my cat? Okay. Well, I'm sorry. You're the one that chose to lay in the hot zone. Least you could do is be cute in front of everybody. No? Okay. Oh, Lily, you're so kind. No, don't worry. She's totally still here. She loves it, clearly. Okay, Gemini. Gemini. When it comes to love, when it comes to connections, Gemini. Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. When it comes to love. Okay? Let's see. Woo! Gemini. Did I call you my Mercurial friend or what? The Magician. This is like the Hermes card. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for joining us. I'm so excited. Y'all are so great. So talk about a Mercurial friend. Gemini, you are the Magician this week. You are coming, like, this is what Spirit is. They're snapping their fingers and they're like, you are coming up with fast solutions, global connections. That's what they're saying. And I feel like that is punny. I feel like Spirit's being punny. Some of you literally have global connections where it's like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, cosplayer, writer, DJ, musician, whatever, and I've got these global connections. Some of you may be doing some, this is so, this is very specific, but this is what Spirit is showing me, is like somebody creating like, kind of like, digital rooms where you can go hang out and listen to someone like play a set or read some poetry or etc. So some of you might be setting that up. You might be the Magician who's like, let me connect all of our different worlds. Whatever this is for you, Gemini, your talents, like your talents, you, because the Magician is number one. Infinite abilities. When you take your various talents, you know, some people kind of give you shit for being flippity-gibbet, for being a dilettante, for being a dabbler, for being like jack of all trades, master of none, right? Bitch, in 2020, you have to be the master of all trades. Like, you just have to be. So you've got your wand, you've got your cup, you've got your sword, you've got your pentacle. So you've got your idea, you've got your work ethic, you've got your heart in it, you've got your soul in it. Let's do this. Whatever it is. Again, this might be some energy that's like for everybody, but again, I'm hearing don't hesitate, don't hesitate, don't hesitate. So maybe you have Aries placements or something, but I am hearing don't hesitate. They're like, now is the time, not because if you do it next week it'll be the wrong time, but because they want you to do it now. They want you to have the goodness now. They want you to like bring this from the idea to the earth. And you have a lot of ideas, a lot. So there's something with intersections. It's like, I have this talent and this skill. And oh, if I put those together, what does that look like? That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing synergy and I'm hearing synthesis. Putting together a brilliant idea. But like I said, you have lots of ideas, Gemini. Let's talk about it. I feel that for a lot of you, this is directly connected to work or like wanting to make money. So it could be like a project, a side hustle, something like that. Magician, something you do for yourself, something creative. I'm also feeling some of you are just wanting to structure your life differently, where it's like, man, I don't even know where my time is going. I don't even know where my energy is going. Maybe I need a little bit more of like a routine. And I feel like that would serve you. Because it does feel kind of like your energy is being, I'm hearing the word diffused. So it's like, how many different things can I really really honestly, authentically pour my energy into. Like, hey Blue, how many things can I reasonably pour my energy and my juice into and still get something out of it? And how many cups before it's completely diffused and I've just got like 20 cups with a few drops of water instead of 1 or 2 or 3 full cups. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to be a little bit discerning, Gemini. You need to take 1 cup off the mantle and take it where you want to go. And I feel honestly like a lot of you are going to do that, where it's like, I'm tired of waiting. I really want to go. I've been standing here being like, which one? I feel like it's like grab and go. And I don't mean grab like be indiscriminate. I mean be choosy. See what happens. This is what Spirit just said. It's an experiment. You can always go back. It's not like they're going to take away the rest of those 6 cups if you grab one of the 7. But they're going to be like, hey, take 2 weeks, take a month of focusing on this priority and putting lots of time and energy into this rather than diffusing it among all these ideas, right, and all these projects, and see what kind of amazing progress and change you can make, because the Knights always represent transition and motion, like change. There's something here for you, and I'm going to give you a quote that they're giving me for you related to your 7 of Cups situation, where you've got all these things you're looking at and all these things. It's like, which one is worth my time? They're not all good choices, Gemini. So again, choose one, experiment with it, and you may find that something that you spent like a year going, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And you finally actually try it and get your hands dirty, that you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this at all. And that's a good thing. That clears a cup off your mantle, like, oh, this one's just a shitstorm. Okay, never mind. I don't want to do that. Now, which of the rest of these would I like to put my energy into? And one by one, process of elimination, this is the one that's really doing it for me. This is the one that's giving me what I really want. Because this is what I'm hearing. Some of you, you're making choices that honor other people. Like, my parents would be more proud of me if I was doing this, or my partner will like it better, or the world, whatever. Like, you got to be making decisions for you, because you're the magician. Look out for number 1. Damn. Wow. Gemini. Okay, let's talk about love. Let's talk about connections. It's also time for you to make a commitment. I swear that I am shuffling these cards like crazy. Some of y'all just have like sun and moon and like adjacent signs. There is a wonderful expansion coming into your relationships. I'm feeling that some of you feel like you can be more yourselves after this week. So you might be making yourself clear about some things. And judgment is not just commitment, it is epiphany. It is understanding. It is, I have been feeling dead on my feet, but I now rise from the grave. I am alive. My eyes are open. I see. And I want expansion. I want, here's what I'm hearing for some of you, like, I want better. And like, yeah, exactly. I agree. Oh boy. You're looking out to see, and I'm going to be honest, some of you are literally looking out and thinking like, man, do I really belong in this relationship dynamic? Or do I really belong in this relationship at all? Do I want to move? And I'm hearing that too. Some of you, it might be like, I don't want to live with my family anymore, or I don't want to live in this area anymore, even though this is where the people are. I want to go way out there. I want to have a little bit of a journey. You're feeling pulled, and I feel like, go where you feel pulled, Gemini. There's love there for you. There's juice there for you, whatever form that comes in. I also want to say, don't ignore the epiphany. So if some of you are feeling a little bit of wanderlust, or a little bit of like, my very southern mother would have said, itchy feet. If you're feeling a little bit of itchy feet, don't ignore that. Even if you can't travel right now, even if you can't move right now, like whatever it is, start researching, start looking around. It's kind of like with the cups, where it's like, focus on one and really dig in and see what that looks and feels like, and do a nice process of elimination. Because here's the other thing about the magician. They've only got one of each of the elements for a reason. 7 cups would fuck up your magical recipe. Pick the thing you are most excited about, dig in and see how far you can take it this week, and you may surprise yourself with the number of options that open up to you. That's what Spirit just said. They're also saying with that 3 of Wands, some of y'all may end up having people who want to team up with you. And if you feel the urge to reach out and say, hey, I want to team up with you, don't fucking hesitate. I'm hearing it. Don't hesitate. All right. All right. I hope that is helpful, Gemini. Now, from the air, we seek the water. Cancer. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, and dominant folks. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Spirit. What do Cancer folks need to know this week? Overall energy, overall focus. For this week, Spirit, what does it serve them to know this week? Woo! Okay. Now, when it comes to money, finances, and work, what does it serve Cancer to know for their highest good? Okay. And finally, feelings, love, emotions, relationships, Spirit. What does Cancer need to know for their highest good? Okay. Okay. Clearing up some confusion. Ah, Lori, thank you. Why was I looking down right at that moment? Thank you so much. You were so kind. I missed your message, but I'll be able to see it afterward. You are clearing things up. You are making a really important decision. Hey, Stephanie, so excited. I feel like some of you have to make a very, what I'm hearing is a difficult choice. Some of you may even be, I'm hearing some of you are ditching a habit, like a bad habit this week. I'm going to pick up and show you, Cancer. Ready to feel the feels? I swear I'm shuffling these cards like crazy. Three of Swords is telling me that something comes up this week. There may be some difficult words. There may be a little bit of a misunderstanding is really what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that there's confusion and that you need to clear it up. So Cancer, I would ask yourself to, what do you really want? Do you know? And this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, do you allow yourself to know? Or are you filtering what you're allowed to have through like what makes other people happy or what keeps the equilibrium or not wanting to ask too much? I feel like you kind of need to speak up for yourself and fight. I'm hearing like fight for what you want. And if somebody, for example, just for example, if somebody should break your heart, if somebody should disappoint you, I don't mean that you should fight for them. I mean that you should stick to your principles, that you should fight for yourself. That you should think about what choices you're making and whether they bring you sadness and confusion or happiness and clarity. I feel like a conversation definitely needs to be had this week about maybe you feeling, this is just what I'm hearing, okay? I'm hearing some of you are feeling a little bit taken for granted. So if you are feeling that way, don't, this is just what I'm hearing. Don't try to, through kind of passive aggressive means, like martyring yourself or like, you know, doing the like, like the heavy sigh and like waiting for somebody to say like, are you okay? Are you tired? Etc. Go ahead and say like, hey, I'm feeling a little tired. I know I said I could do this week, but I really can't. There's just too much on my plate. Or whatever it is you need to say, Cancer. Be honest with yourself. I'm hearing again, like, it's like fight for yourself, but really it's just like stand up for yourself. To you, it might feel like fighting because for other people, it comes very naturally to have boundaries and to like think of themselves first. For you, that's a little bit of a struggle. I'm not saying be self-centered and be selfish, but I'm seeing be self-aware. Does that work? Okay. This is a heavy fucking week, Cancer. This is a heavy week. I feel like you're going to need a lot of time for yourself. So if you can take this weekend to try to build some white space into your schedule in the coming week, some extra time for sleep, some extra time between appointments or errands or whatever, I feel like that's going to be important, because something is going to throw you off a little bit this week, okay? We already talked about the Three of Swords. Let's get into it. When it comes to money, work, finances, etc., this is, I feel like, part of why Spirit is saying be very self-aware. Is there something in your life right now that feels unsustainable? Maybe you can't keep up this pace. Maybe you can't keep up this energy. Maybe you've been pouring and pouring and pouring out and not getting enough back. You need to build some white space and some healing time, some time for sleep, some time for meditation and prayer into your schedule, Cancer. I could even say that for a lot of you, I'm feeling like your heartbreak in this Tower moment as a Cancer moon person. It may even just be that you are figuratively thrown by everything that's going on in the world right now. The world, the USA, is experiencing a major Tower moment. And when that is happening, it is always an opportunity for growth. It is always an opportunity for awareness. Doesn't make it fun. Nobody likes change but a wet baby, especially when it comes as a fucking surprise. Like, it's hard enough to make a change when we're like, I'm going to make a change. Like, ooh, this is a little difficult. When life comes along and says, hey, this job or this contact or this organization is not going to support you the way that you thought it was, it's an awakening. And usually the Tower, this is not a blame thing, okay? This is not a judgment thing, Cancer, but usually with the Tower, there are some indicators before the Tower moment happens. It's, you know, as they say, it's that thing where it starts off like someone knocking at your door politely, and then it's like, and they're like kind of pounding and you're like, Jesus. And then it's like thud, thud, thud. And then finally battering ram. Your door is down. This is here. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So if you, Cancer, trust your own intuition, these are of course general readings, whether it is on the job, whether it is in the relationship sector, if you feel like something is a little bit unsustainable or on shaky ground, I would start making plans. What would I do if this dissolved? How would I take care of myself? Like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you understand, a little bit of Three of Swords plus this Ace of Swords, and this happened last week in a different signs reading. What does Three of Swords plus 1 Ace of Swords equal? It equals healing. Four of Swords is rest, recovery, rejuvenation. You need to come to terms. Yeah, agreed. Total Tower. 2020, just, it should be the Tower, TBH. Like, that should be the numerological card. But again, it's an opportunity for awakening, and it's also an opportunity to, when the Tower falls, we take the rubble. What do we want to build? A road? A bridge? We don't want to build another tower. We don't want to build a wall. What do we want to use this knowledge? Where do we want to use it to take us, and how can we do that? You're going to take a little time to let the dust settle, okay, before you proceed. Rest, recovery, journaling, meditating, maybe reading your own cards, doing the kind of things, brain dumping all of your worries and projects and ideas and things onto a piece of paper so you can sort your thoughts out, okay? When it comes to relationships, this may indeed be where some of you experience that Tower moment. Four of Cups is disillusionment, disenchantment, but I'm going to say again, the Tower, Four of Cups being disenchantment. What does being disenchanted mean? It means a spell has been broken. It means a reality has been revealed. It means you, the snake, have shed your skin, and now you are something new. And when that happens, nobody likes change but a wet baby, but God, spirit, angels, whatever, however you like to think of it, the universe is trying to offer you something new. But so long as you are crossing your arms and you are over it, Spirit's not going to jam it into your chest. You've got to say, like, okay, I'm open for this. And to be open for it, we have to let go and accept. Some of y'all may not be fucking down to do that. Some of y'all might be like, I don't care, I'm not looking, I'm picking it all up and I'm continuing on my journey just as is. 10 of Wands. And here is what I'm hearing, Cancer, to be honest. Some of you are going to burn yourselves out, but that's okay. Like, that's what happens. It's a lesson learned. If you burn yourself out trying to do for everybody else and carry for everybody else and martyr yourself in hopes that someone will look over and see like, oh, hey, she's martyring herself, I should take a couple of those wands. It's not a judgment on other people that they look at you, Cancer. You're a cardinal sign, a leader, strong, the mother of the zodiac, right? Who but mothers go through the most intense, like literal, like back and body breaking labor and yet live to tell the tale and then get into motherhood and then do the really hard part, right? First there's the labor, then there's the hard part of like raising the child. When people see somebody who is that metaphorically strong, whatever your gender, whether you have children or not, the idea is the same. You have it in you to give all of that and more, right? When people see somebody who can give all of that and more, they assume that you have the strength to just do and do and do and do. And oh, well, I mean, if you can carry those 10, I'm having a hard time with my one wand. Could you carry like half of my wand, please? Thanks. And you might let them do it. I suggest that if you are feeling overburdened, tell someone. Drop a wand. See what happens. If you can't delegate, if you can't delete, drop. And somebody might be like, oh, damn, you're going to make me fold my own laundry? Yup. Oh, damn, you're going to make me, like, take care of my own emotional needs? Yup. Because I'm out here fucking trying to take care of mine, okay? 2020 is hitting all of us. And as strong as I may be, I too need time for rest and recovery and to understand myself better and to approach the world from a calm place. Hey, Fernando. Much love to you if you are also experiencing a tower moment, my Cancer friend. Love y'all. Take care of you. Be willing to change. Be willing to separate yourself from things that are not authentic and are not befitting of you. Be willing to drop some wands and let other people pick up their own shit, okay? Can't get up to Mount Everest while you're taking everybody else's pack and then be mad when they're up there and be like, hey, like, you let me down here with my damn, hey, Ileana, it's been a while. Love you too, girl. Oh. All right, Cancer. Only carrying your own bag. Got it? Got it. If something isn't fitting, let it go because it might get let go for you. So sometimes with the tower, we can choose to give something up and let it go, and then we don't have to like find the emergency exit. All right. From water to fire. Leo. Let's look at Leo. Overall energy. Wow. Flew to the top of the deck. Okay. Leo energy for the week. Overall focus. And now, Spirit, let's look at money for Leo. Money, work, finances, business. You got it. All right. They just keep flipping for you, Leo. Yeah, you might want to. Okay. Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. And get one more, please, for money, jobs, finances. Woo. Okay. It was a good woo. And finally for Leo, Spirit, the heart, the realm of relationships, feelings, connections. They want 3. All right. A story to tell. Sorry, your screen did not freeze. Let's talk about it. Wow. Sorry, this is good. Okay. Overall energy and focus for the week. Leo, the Emperor, managing your shit, managing your life, managing your skills, managing your money. The Emperor is power. The Emperor is who's your daddy. Gender notwithstanding, you are meant to be your daddy this week, Leo. Putting yourself to bed at the right time, making yourself eat the right things, making yourself do your homework before you like go play outside, proverbially or not. There is a lot to be gained from managing your resources, your energy, your time in a very disciplined way. The Emperor is all about boundaries, lines, like the kiln. Yes, exactly. The adultiest card. Very well said. True. Like, who's your daddy? What would the best version of you do every day? And maybe you just take yourself through a little like imagination, a little visualization. Maybe you write it down. There's actually, and I'm going to remember to link this in the comments, I have a meditation that I recorded that can take you through this process. I'll put a link to it. It's on my Patreon, but it's free. It's to the public. And if I don't put it in the comments, somebody please remind me and I will post that for you. It's all about living your best life. What would the best version of you do? Would she meditate? Would she go for a run? Hey, Gaia! Love that. Because why multiple reasons, honestly, does it serve you to manage your time and energy and kind of, I'm feeling like really build yourself up. So for some of you, it's like building my skills. I'm training in this or that. I'm taking this or that class. Others of you, it's like manage your household, manage your routine. If you don't know when or how things are going to get done, start building a plan so that you know this is when the laundry gets done, this is when this gets cleaned, so that I don't end up at the end of the week like, oh my God, what is happening in my own home? Like, because I set this timer to clean for 15 minutes a day or whatever, and I don't end up having to do a 4-hour cleaning spree every weekend. You feel me? Okay. Let's get into money, resources, jobs, income, etc. You have what it takes. That's the first thing I'm hearing. Now, Leo, typically you don't have too much of a problem knowing that you have what it takes. But you can be a little bit like, sometimes you get ahead of yourself a little bit. Sometimes you, it's funny what Spirit is showing me is like, here's you right in the earthly world. And then here's like the kind of like transparent spiritual version of you that is running and is like 3/4 of a way up a mountain, shouting down at your corporeal self like, hey, like, get on up here. What's taking you so long? And you have a vision for yourself. You have an idea for yourself, an intuitive pull towards like, I want to do this, 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 I think I need to do this, I think I need to do this, I think I need to show off my talent, I think I need to throw my hat in the ring, I think I need to go ahead and show people what I got and fight for my place. And I say, do it. I always say follow your intuition, but man, when it comes to making money, showing off your talents, etc., yep, I understand. I so understand. And if you've got that spiritual version of yourself at the top of Mount Everest shouting like, hey, where are you? What are you doing? We're all the way up here. Don't get it twisted. You need to call your soul back and be like, hey, I know we're really excited and we've got this vision and we can totally be up there, but I need to be here in the moment. Sitting, we notice, not going anywhere, absorbing, learning, intuiting, and then, bam, here's what I got, everybody. Like, and some of you, this is what I'm hearing, you may be going on the defense. You may be feeling like you have to prove your worth. This could be in the workplace. This could be among coworkers, or there could be like some kind of, it just feels like you may be feeling, for whatever reason, even if it's not the case, you might be feeling like you're a little bit on the defensive this week. And I am feeling like, have all of the information, keep a cool head, and this is going to sound funny, but speak only when spoken to. When it comes to anything where you feel like that might happen, like that there might be some kind of conflict, it's like, just wait, hold your tongue, hold your cards close to your chest, keep like your understanding of the situation, and if somebody comes to you with a conflict, you're going to be ready. Okay, so not like I'm here and I'm spoiling for a fight. I'm using every minute to gather intel and decide what I'm going to do when that moment comes, and then I'm going to execute. So some of you might be fighting for a position, some of you might be fighting for a promotion, and I feel like you have a lot of good information. Keep it close to your chest and only bring it out when the time is right. Okay, flashpoint. Now allow me to show you why I freaked out so hard. And this is only card 1 when it comes to love, connections, relationships. This is why I freaked out so hard. Whenever I see the Emperor and the Empress together in a reading, and they just happen also to be laid out in such a way where they are facing each other, the way I've laid out these cards, this is a pretty intense, like, there could be pretty great spiritual kind of meeting of, I don't even want to say meeting of the minds, I want to say like meeting of the souls. Like, this is divine feminine and divine masculine coming together. And I'm feeling this a couple different ways. For some of you that are like single, or it's like I'm dating and I'm not sure where this is going yet, this is like, oh damn, like this might really be something. Like I may have, like what I'm hearing is met my match. For others of you, the action that you're taking now, because these are weekly readings, right? The actions that you take now to manage your time, manage your energy, that's what Spirit is saying. Like that could actually be more important, is like I'm more energetic in the day, or I'm more energetic late at night. Why have I been doing things backwards? Like let me actually go again, not by like let me bring my soul back. What do I need? Okay, let's go. So for some of you it's the love thing. For some of you it is uniting that divine masculine, that divine feminine, yin yang. Like I go out and do, and then I am able to sit back and receive equally. And when I say that, Spirit is saying wealth, 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 wealth. So take that. Now, Spirit wanted 3 for love, connections, family, etc. You said it. Dang. One of my favorite cards in the deck, the Empress is 2. Emperor 2 for that matter. Overcoming challenges. Again, like uniting divine masculine, divine feminine, yin yang, like sun, moon are both contained within the Chariot. Overcoming of obstacles. There is a part of me that can receive, there is a part of me that can do. And here's a fucking trick. Here's a clue. If we are an Empress who is seeking an Emperor in life, like I'm looking for my other half, I'm looking to meet my match, etc., cultivate those qualities that you seek within. Because we attract, like attracts like, right? And if I can love myself 65%, then I am mostly able to allow in that person that can love me 65%. God, I love you until you're depressed. God, I love you till we're having a fight. God, I love you until you need something from me. And then, ugh, that's my stuff. That's me being like, ooh, I can't ask for things. Ooh, like that might be too much. You know what I'm saying? And then I attract somebody who's like, yeah, that is a little too much. Thank you for being exactly who you are. So if there is something that you want, give yourself permission to go get it. Be it a person, be it a thing, like go get it. Say what you want. Page of Wands is brave. Page of Wands is like, I hear that. I hear that. See, I need to lean more on my Emperor thing. This is brave. This is, I will ask for what I want. And this is also saying something and someone is calling you. Now, some of you, your lover or this person who comes to you may be a little immature, but also they're fun. They're sweet. They're exuberant. Whether this is Mr. or Mrs. Right or Mr. or Mrs. Or NB right now, I like this person, even if they are just there to whet your appetite and get you excited. I feel you overcoming something this week, and I feel two sides of you knitting themselves together quite beautifully. If I were to ask you to walk away with anything, I would say that this figure walks between the two worlds, day and night, yin and yang, yin and yang, yin and yang, conscious and unconscious. If you did not see last week's reading, I would ask you to go back and look at it so that I don't repeat myself over and over and over again about the tug of war between the conscious and unconscious, just because some of you have heard it from me. But if we want something consciously, we can kick and drag and scream and go through the dirt to get it and drag the corpses of our unconscious beliefs. I'm not worth it. That's too much. I'm not attractive. I'm not worthy. I'm not whatever. And we can be like, no, I am. And this dead weight, we can try to drag it with us. but if we can get this on our side, then we can go together. I am worthy. I am valuable. You know what? This is why. Because I'm kind, because I'm compassionate, because I work, whatever. Let's go. Okay? So let's get on the same side, Leo. Emperor, Empress, chariot things. Yin and yang. Very excited. Very excited. Balance. Balance, but it's a dynamic type of balance. Now, again, I'm going to shuffle these cards like crazy. I always separate the cards. I put them in very different places in the deck, but hey, sometimes there are just themes that Spirit wants to bring out. But okay, from the fire to the earth, let's talk to Virgo. Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Hey, it's Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Virgo. Virgo, Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. And for those of you that wait for your sun sign, I would highly advise you to check out and find out what your moon and rising. Sarah, oh my God, thank you. You're so generous. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. I would check out your moon and rising sign. I would go do a free version of your chart so you can see we all have all of the planets in different signs. You might be a Cancer who has like 4 planets in Scorpio and you didn't even know it. Like, hey, there you go. See, yes, exactly. Sarah knows. And I think I put a free chart calculator in the comments, but if not, if you just Google it, you can totally find one. Hey. That way you get a little bit more of a comprehensive message. All right, Virgo, Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. What's the overall energy this week for Virgos, please, Spirit? That was quick. Virgo, they're ready. Okay, now when it comes to money, work, finances, jobs. All right, longer story. Okay, now when it comes to love, connections, relationships, what does Virgo need to know, please, Spirit, for their highest good? Woo, got a little chill. Haven't seen the cards yet, but got a little chill. That's always interesting when that happens. All right. Wow. Wow. You know what I just heard, Virgo, is let it go. 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 Like, some of you all, this is going to get real deep. You ready? Must be partially because it's Virgo season. Overall energy and focus for the week. The moon and the 5 of Pentacles. The moon, memories, transition, fears, things being in flux, things being like this instead of like that. The sun, by contrast, is like, oh, I know exactly what to do. I can see 500 feet in front of my eyes. So like, I know exactly where I'm going. The road's going this way. The moon is, oh, fuck. Where the fuck am I? And who likes that less than a Virgo? Like, only your other earth signs. It's not fun. But I'm hearing, Virgo, that some of you are being redirected. And that's how they're putting it. They want to go here. The moon. Why do I bring up memories? The past. What we want and what we seek in the present can be foiled if we don't look at our past and our old patterns and our fears. Because, hey, notice how these people are not looking at what's coming up behind them. Again, I'm going to bring it back. Some of you might have Leo placements. It's that conscious, unconscious thing. Consciously, like, I want to make $1 million or whatever. Like, let's just hypothetically. Unconsciously, all I grew up with was my parents or my mother or whomever talking about how rich people are all bastards, or nobody gets rich without being a thief, or, you know, oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, you think you're so great? You think you're just going to be some big CEO because maybe this parent or this authority figure did something lesser or would feel offended or whatever by this thing you want to do or be. You have some abandonment issues to work out, Virgo. That's just what I'm hearing straight up, is if I am myself, this person will leave me. And when I say this person will leave me, that could mean the big extreme. But when I say you have abandonment issues, it could be like you are not allowed to be as exuberant as you are, or you were not allowed to be as emotional or as sensitive as you actually were, and therefore you had to button yourself up, or you had to like be a strong man and not cry, or you know, be a good girl and not complain, or whatever. And if you did cry, or if you did complain, the love was conditional. The answer was swift and joyless, and it was like, whether it was communicated in words or in actions, the message was, when you don't act like the way I want you to act, like you're going to be out in the cold. If somebody is doing this to you in the present moment, I want you to look at where that rhymes with your past. Who are you seeking? Someone's approval, or are you seeking your own? I think that you should seek your own approval, Virgo. And if you have a pattern of attracting people into your life that make you feel abandoned, that make you feel like you're outside looking in, because that's the other indicator of this card. It's like, wow, you know, these people are obviously poor, they are struggling, they're out in the cold, they're walking by a church, a place where they could take sanctuary, right? A warm place, a place that is strong and built, and yet they trudge past. They trudge past it and they keep trudging through the snow. So there may be this wonderful, warm, encompassing, lovely job or relationship or whatever for you. And it's like, no, 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 I don't deserve that. I deserve this person who keeps making me feel like shit and keeps making me feel like love is conditional and I need to hit a certain level or perform a certain way in order to get what I really want. We get what we think we deserve, Virgo. If you feel like you don't deserve something or you're only worth a certain amount, examine why that is. Go deep. What were the messages from my ancestors, from my parents? What has been passed down to me, and what do I accept and what do I not accept? Okay? Getting conscious about something is all it takes to make it no longer unconscious. Just to give you an example, if somebody feels unworthy of success, they might be disorganized to a point where they forget to set their alarm and they don't make it to that really big important meeting or that big important interview, and whoops, the job just slipped through their fingers and oops, I fucked it up again. I'm just a fuck up. I'm just a fuck up. I always do this. Those like words and those kinds of looping thoughts, that's where you want to look. I always do this. This always happens to me. Whatever those patterns are, look at them. Bring them into the light. Pull the skeletons out of the closet, sit them on the couch, brew them a cup of tea. What are we doing here? What's happening? What are you trying to tell me? Please. Like, I'm sorry for hiding you. I'm sorry for just trying to shut you up and la la la, I don't see it. No, no, no. I'm just going to do whatever. It's time to get united with yourself. When it comes to work, when it comes to job, no accident. The star is you are innocent. The star is forgive yourself. You're innocent. There's nothing to be ashamed of. That's why she's nude. I don't need armor. I don't need to doll myself up. I don't need to protect myself. I need to be myself. I need to share myself in the ways that feel good to me, that feel healthy to me. And this is important, Virgo, in ways that feel nourishing back to me. So sharing work, sharing words that make you feel like you're pouring goodness into the world. That's what I feel that a lot of you are doing this week, pouring some goodness into the world. Now, I wanted 1, Spirit wanted 3. One of my, A, it's just like one of my favorite cards. But B, whenever this comes up, when it comes to like work, money, etc., I'm like ecstatic. And connected to the 4 of Wands, I think you're going to be pretty ecstatic. Virgo, this is you being a leader of a community. This is you feeling at home, accepted, finding, this is what Spirit just said, your place. So if you have felt like, damn, where the fuck even is my place? I think that you are getting closer and closer and closer. This is equanimity. This is respect, like mutuality. This is not this. This is the opposite. I mean, wands, warmth, outside of this cold snow into this warm, happy home where you are loved, respected, adored, and you build it yourself. So again, they're telling me it starts with you. It starts with you being a good father to yourself, a good mother to yourself, the ideal parent to yourself. So if you need to kick and scream and have a tantrum, Virgo, that you don't, this is what Spirit is showing me, is like that you have this wall of masks. And it's like, oh, I'm feeling depressed. Time to pull down the dad mask and put that on and get the fuck up. And what the fuck are you crying for? Stand up, square your shoulders, get out there and do it. And that's why. And then that might give you a temporary sense of like, yeah, like I'm dad now. Like I'm dad, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm etc. You know what that fucking feels like? At the end of the day, you take that mask off and you're like, who even am I? Don't put masks of other people from your people who pass down these lessons and this and that to you. If you don't agree to it anymore, if you recognize that it was fucked up and wrong and has you pursuing people and things that are not on your level and not worth it and make you feel bad, then leave it behind. Because Spirit has something much warmer, much more comforting. And I feel like you taking the lead also, really important. Parent yourself really well. You are worthwhile. This is the other reason I'm going to need you to take good care of yourself and your own needs, because there's an epiphany. Hey, we're in the middle of Virgo right now, Tammy. You didn't miss it at all. When it comes to love, connections, relationships, family, Five of Cups indicates mourning. It indicates having to let go of something. And it's not easy. Five of Cups, I mean, you took these cups, you found them, you polished them, you took the time to fill them up, and then it feels like, you know, life or universe or whatever comes along and just kicks your cups over. We lose a person, or we lose a relationship, or we lose a fight with somebody, and we feel like shit. And the Five of Cups can indicate being a little bit obsessed with what has gone wrong or what has passed. It's interesting. Spirit is okay. Spirit is saying, we want you to be able to look at this. We do want you to mourn. If you need to mourn, if you need to cry, if you need to scream and punch pillows and whatever, go ahead and do that. Don't, again, they're saying like, we don't want you to turn around and be like, be brave. Dad said be brave. Put on the dad mask. I'm fine. I'm fine. That's fine. That happens. People lose relationships. Do you get the sensation that Spirit is giving me? It's like in if any of you ever watched the old school Twilight Zone, and if you didn't, get on that shit, it's good. There is an episode where this man is on his, this has nothing to do with you, okay, Virgo? But there's this old man and he's on his deathbed, and he has called he's very rich, right? And he calls his distant relatives to come and be around him. I'm totally going to spoil this episode. I'm so sorry, but the whole show is good. Just watch it. So these relatives gather around this old man's deathbed. We hear them in scenes separate from this man talking about like, when's he going to die already? Like, how much is he worth? And who's going to get what? Like, who's going to take this? I'm looking to get this. So don't you put your fucking mitts on that, because I'm looking for this, and da-da-da-da-da. And they're all discussing their inheritance, right? And he's like, cool, thank you guys so much for being here. All I need from you is for you to each put on these masks that I've gotten for you. And they're hideous, and they're twisted, and they're like gross and scary, right? And by the end of their staying with him, and he finally passes away, when they go to take off the masks, their face has become the mask. Do not allow your face to become the mask, whether that was mom, dad, whomever. Don't put on the mask of whoever and talk to yourself. Take it off. Your face may have slightly already morphed. Time to take it back. Take it back. You're you, Virgo. Your uniqueness and the way you shine is going to bring the kind of relationships that don't make you feel like this. People who see you for who you truly are. And Spirit is bringing something up. Some very good advice that I once got. I feel like I've said this before. Do not try to impress people. Be yourself, and the people who are impressed by you will gravitate to you. Hey, Katie, thank you. And thank the Twilight Zone. Go check it out. It's really, really good. I wish I could remember the episode name, but it's really excellent. Virgo. A tough week and a week where you need to stand by yourself. The challenges coming to you are asking you to stand up for yourself by, not, I don't mean alone, I mean don't shame yourself for having needs, okay? Okay. So now, from the earth back to the air, let's talk to Libra. Hey, Brianna, thank you so much for making it. Happy to see you. All right. Libra, Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. Libra, Libra dominant folks, what do they need to know? Please, Spirit, for their highest good, overall energy and focus for this week for Libra. Okay. Now, looking at money, finances, jobs for Libra. That was fast. Okay. All right. And now relationships, please. Spirit, connections, family, love. Hey. For Libra. Love, connections, relationships. What do they need to know in the realm of relationships for their highest good? Woo! Jeez, crazy. Okay. Hey. All right. Dang! How many of y'all have Virgo placements, Libra? A little bit of crossover. Wow. Wow. I think you need to be honest, Libra. It's always a good idea to be honest, but this week in particular, you might have to speak some truths that are not fun to say, but that have good consequences once you say them, okay? That's how I'm hearing it. You might need to tell somebody, you hurt my feelings. You might need to tell somebody, like, that sucked. What you just said, that sucked. Like, and this is why. Three of Swords, Knight of Cups, and when I said, whoa, it was like, Spirit wants a lot of cards. Your card, Justice, Libra, Balance. I feel like some of you may be even like mending fences, building bridges, like I'm hearing those type of phrases. There could be some forgiveness exchanged or extended. Hey, Elizabeth. Wow, dang. Yeah, double Libra. You may be extending forgiveness, but what I really, and you may, you're a very forgiving sign. I could totally see you extending forgiveness, but it feels kind of like you are the one who is like maybe hurt or insulted. And it actually kind of feels like your vulnerability, I'm going to say this for more than one reason, your vulnerability is your strength. The fact that you're brave enough, and that's how Spirit is putting it, okay? Brave enough to say, that hurt my feelings. Or I think that's a shitty thing that you just said, or whatever. Your vulnerability is your strength. Justice is balancing, you know, we got to have justice and mercy, right? We have to have compassion, and we also have to have conviction. And there are some things for which I have compassion, and there are some things which my conviction outweighs my compassion. Like, you don't believe Black Lives Matter? We can't be friends. Sorry. Like, are you going to amend that? Are you going to fix that? Are you going to change that? No? Cool. My conviction says then you can fuck on off. Like, and if you say, oh no, that's not what I meant, I didn't understand, I mean this, well then okay, we can have a conversation. Maybe we can come to an understanding, share some loves, share some forgiveness. Libra, you have a way with words unlike very many, like, and you can build bridges and mend fences with people that some other people think like that's impossible, that could never happen. You, Spirit just said, you might experience a little bit of a miracle this week. Something you thought was impossible might happen this week. That's just what I'm hearing. Pretty nice, especially if we have to be a little hurt. Three of Swords. Harsh words, little disenchanted, little heartbroken. But your vulnerability is your strength. So these two come connected for money, resources, jobs, career. Fabulous. Like, fantastic pairing. This is what Spirit is saying. I'm going to repeat myself a lot of times with this, but Spirit keeps saying it. We get what we think we deserve, Libra. What do you think you deserve? What would be a golden opportunity in your mind? And will you love yourself enough to accept it? Will you love yourself enough to say, this must be coming to me because it is mine. This must be coming to me because I'm supposed to make something of it. Like, the Strength card is also saying, there's no need to come at things with, like, brute strength. Not something I typically worry about with a Libra, but hey, maybe you have some Aries placements or something and you're like, okay, I got my pistolas, I'm ready to come in here and fuck some shit up. Like, no need to do that. Spirit wants you to approach things from a place of, I've never heard this phrase before. Spirit just said, loving yourself rich. Loving yourself rich. Like, going and relentlessly interviewing the parts of yourself that feel unworthy, or like, oh, I'm ashamed of the fact that I want this, or I'm ashamed of the fact that I have this quality or whatever. You need to address those things within yourself that you are ashamed of, particularly around like your worthiness. What am I worth in terms of money? What am I worth in terms of like my business or my job or my skills being recognized? If you have a little bit of a hard time acknowledging aloud or even quietly to yourself how skilled and how good you are and how worthy you are of like money or this position or this income or whatever, do not be surprised that the world responds like in kind. You know, I'm going to say it this way. I mean, let me make this clear, Libra. Looks to me like the opportunity comes and you seize it very beautifully. But just in case, if you have any hang-ups around money, you need to ask yourself why that is, who put that there, and whether it is true, whether you agree to that. I feel new avenue of income. I feel money is growing. I feel that it's kind of like, oh, how interesting. Like, you know, last month I barely scraped by, and this month, oh, there's a little extra left in my bank account, or whatever. Like, it feels like slow, but like incremental growth. And it comes from loving yourself and recognizing your infinite powers when you are actually united with yourself. So not one part of you saying, again, I'm going to come back to that conscious, unconscious tug of war, not one part of me saying like, I'm good at what I do and like, I really want it and etc. And this side saying, rich people are all liars and like, dad would be really disappointed if you ended up in that job and like, gotta go and be like, okay, so will dad be disappointed if and I'm just gonna say this, okay, because this is like what I'm hearing, and also because sex work is work and sex work is valid. So if you're like, I want to be rich and I think I'm gorgeous, so I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, and you're like, I'm going for it, like I'm gonna do it, and you are, and you're putting everything into it and etc., but it's not like going as fast or doing whatever you want it to do, there might be this thing over here of like, dad would not approve or whatever, like got these messages growing up, like maybe raised in a religious environment, and even though I've set myself free from that, swimming under the surface, there's still some of that, be a good girl, be a good boy, be a good non-binary person. Like, do we agree? Do we like these anchors? Are these anchors like dropped where we want to live, or do we need to pull up anchor, sail on, drop them somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? Anchors can be good, but we got to choose them, and we got to know where they're keeping us. Okay? Okay. Now, when it comes to love, no surprise, Libra got options. Y'all usually do have a little bit of a, you know, maybe a line around the block, maybe an inbox full. And you know, Libra, that they're not all worthwhile options, but you do have options. And think carefully, consider carefully. Some of these things will bring you what you want. Some of them are just going to be a bunch of bullshit and just bring a shitstorm into your life. Some of them look great on the outside, but might come with strings attached, and that's actually what I'm hearing. So for some of you, that's going to apply very specifically, is somebody might want something from you and be like, hey, let's have this connection, or let's have this relationship, but I'm going to need you to do it like this. And you might be like, and nay, no judgment from me. If you like the strings and you're okay with the strings, cool. But if you're like, that's not my jam, make yourself clear. Take the cup off the mantle. Don't waste your time and diffuse your energy, because damn if it don't look like there is something really exciting. Somebody who might really challenge you, like in a good way. Somebody who might, like, I'm feeling wit. I'm feeling momentum. I'm feeling like repartee. So like there might be somebody that it's like this awesome lightning quick verbal connection and making jokes and like good humor. I really like this, and I feel like something is changing and moving in your relationships. And I'm gonna say that it comes from you getting really clear with yourself and loving yourself more and being like, yeah, what do I want? And why have I been ashamed of going for that thing that I want? Whether it's a type of relationship, type of job, amount of money, whatever. Like, why am I ashamed of it? And does it deserve like to be shamed? Or is it like, no, like there's nothing wrong with this. What am I worrying about? Setting yourself fucking free. Setting yourself free from the inside sets things into motion on the outside. So as within, so without, as above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven, all different words for the same concept. You take care of you. You know yourself. You work on yourself. The outside will, by and large, take care of itself. Okay? You don't have to do that much heavy lifting. All right. So now, from the air to the water, let's talk to Scorpio. I know I've got a couple Scorpios here. Just waiting. All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Dramatic musical cue. Very Scorpio appropriate. Okay. Spirit. For their highest good, please, Spirit. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, and Dominant folks. What do they need to know this week for their highest good when it comes to overall focus and energy? Okay. Now, when it comes to career, when it comes to money, when it comes to finance, jobs, projects, okay? And finally, hey, Yessie! Now, let's look at connections, love, relationships. Remembering, of course, that relationships and love can be romance, but they can also be friendships, family. No, some of y'all have Libra placements. Some of y'all have Libra placements, or some of you may be dealing with a Libra because they just said that like out. Woo! All right. That's okay. It's good. It's good, Scorpio. Oh my God. Damn. Are y'all seeing like how? Hey, Kara. Are y'all seeing how much I shuffle these cards and yet? And this is often how it goes. If I have any tarot readers listening or watching right now, y'all know that so often cards overlap and come up again and again and again. Like sometimes they're just themes for the week. Okay, Scorpio. The moon. This is, wow. Okay, so I'm hearing there is a blend this week of intellect and intuition. These are the two cards coming up for your overall energy of the week. And I am feeling, look at your emotions. Look at your, where are your, this is what Spirit just said, where are your impulses coming from, Scorpio? I think it's really important to look at this for a couple of reasons. And I'm actually gonna, bear with me here. I want to pull one more, get a little clarity on this next set before I say what I'm about to say. Spirit, can you please clarify? Oop, that was easy. Okay. All right. It's going to be important for you to stand up for yourself this week, Scorpio, and be honest about what you want. And you're going to have to start with you. And it might take a little bit of excavating. It might take a little bit of digging to be like, am I happy right now? Okay, I'm happy with this area of my life, this area of my life, this area of my life. But you know what? This over here, this could use an adjustment. Your willingness to be like that kind of honest with yourself when you say something needs an adjustment, it doesn't make everything go crashing down. You know what I mean? Like, it opens things up. It opens up the opportunity for it to become better. I think that you need to have perhaps a tough conversation this week. And I would advise you to know yourself really well and not like just impulsively have this conversation. I get the sense that if you are feeling like backed into a corner, or if you are feeling hurt, abandoned, those kind of feelings, that you might be like, well, fuck you and fuck your mother and fuck her mom and fuck everybody else, like down your whole family fucking line, all right? Like, and I would say, you know, do what you want. That's fine. It's your free will. But I think that that could cause problems. And I will just go ahead and pick up and show you why. Looking at money, job, finances, etc., watch your words. Watch your words, Scorpio. You are a very intense sign. You got strong feelings. And so if you put your strong feelings into words, they're usually some fucking strong words. And you might, this is what I'm hearing, you might cut off your nose to spite your face. Have you ever heard that expression? Like, you might hurt yourself in trying to hurt someone else. Like, well, I'm just going to tell that person that they should fuck off forever, even though what I really want is for them to please come back. Please come back. Like, please don't leave me. And that's what I'm hearing is like some, and this isn't going for everybody, of course. These are general readings, Scorpio, but you're going to know if this resonates with you. Some of you might be feeling come closer, but what you say is fuck you and you suck and get away from me. And Spirit is not making fun of you when they say, what do you think will happen if you tell somebody like you suck and fuck you and get away from me? Like, they're going to be like, well, damn, I guess they don't want me around. Like, I better go. And yeah, you may end up, wow, Spirit's really talking. You may end up holding like all of the swords and being like, ha ha ha, well, that's right. Like, you should drop your swords and fucking go. Drop your argument, drop your retort, and fucking just go. Just fucking go. And then what do you do with the 3 swords that you're left with? Break your own heart. So don't use words that are going to break your own heart. Don't, especially when it comes to work, money, finances. Again, you have a platform. Be careful what you say. Make sure that you really stand by everything that you say. Make sure that if you want to be left holding the swords, that it's like it was worth it. Because 5 of Swords usually indicates what they call a Pyrrhic victory, a victory that wasn't worth it. Like, oh sure, our side won the war, but we lost 75% of our soldiers to win. It's not a win, right? That's 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords energy. Like, is it worth it? What am I fighting for? Ask yourself whenever you might start to want to, anything that happens this week that makes you want to throw out some harsh words, could happen on the job since that's the sector we're looking at. Ask yourself what you're fighting for and what you're going to get out of it. And if it's like, I just want to piss them off or I just want to hurt their feelings, again, you do whatever you want. Your free will is everything. But know what you want before you throw out the words. Okay? And if what you want is for them to come closer or to forgive or to understand, then try to speak to them in a way that brings understanding. These are the clarifiers. Again, I was only going to pull 1, but I guess Spirit was like, hey, if you get the 3 and 5 of Swords, then we need a Page and a Knight of Cups to come in with this soothing energy and say, hey, how can we understand each other? Mike, you are too kind. How can we understand each other? How can we come closer? How can we both get what we want here? There's a way. Okay? So use your words to build bridges rather than to cleave them. Okay? Okay. Now, here's the other reason I said, don't say get away from me when what you mean is I want you to come closer, or I miss you, or I need you, or I'm feeling lonely, or I'm feeling whatever. Somebody might make you feel a little bit left out in the cold. Somebody might make you feel a little bit abandoned. And I don't like saying what I'm right about to say, and it's not going to apply to all of you. And This is where I'm going to say a tarot reading should never ever put fear into your mind or your heart. The whole idea with having a tarot reading is, okay, now I'm armed. Now I've got all the information that I could need, right? When and if I run into this situation. This is going to resonate for some of you. For others of you, it's not going to resonate. That's good. Trust your intuition. For some of you, there is straight up, I feel like a three-party situation, and you're ending up feeling like shit. Where maybe you're trying to casually date someone that you don't feel casual about. Like, oh sure, like, go ahead, yeah, date other people, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I'm like, like at home twitching and like rocking back and forth, like, it's totally fine. I'm a Scorpio, but it's cool. So if you are in a casual situation that you don't want to be casual, don't fucking say, well, bitch, I guess go off and get that dick, that's just fine, like, go ahead, like, enjoy. Don't do that if that's not what you want, okay? If what you want is to be monogamous or whatever, say that. Don't let yourself feel abandoned. Don't abandon yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't say I want one thing and then say another thing out loud. If you want something, don't be ashamed of it. Spirit's giving me a really weird example that I am not even confident I can use on the internet. Huh. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to put this. I'm gonna try to put this in a PG way. If you have a fetish that is maybe a lot of society. I want to. I might. If you have a fetish, if you have a kink, if you have a desire that some of the world, a lot of the world might look at and be like, are you serious? Like, I'm not gonna say the one that they gave me. I'm gonna say something else. And something that is real. I'm gonna say this is something I actually had a friend once confess to me. If you are really into banging clowns, if you are like, damn, she's so hot, but she would look so much better with like a big red clown nose and some giant shoes, I would lose it right here, right now. You might be like, nobody could ever love me for this. Somebody would think I'm so weird or gross or whatever for this. At least you need to be like, clown shoes are hot, bro. Shoes, am I right? Those big old pants that you can like catch water balloons in, that's hot. How can I get some of that? You gotta be okay with it, okay? And if you can get okay with it, I promise you, you are going to pull in the clown of your dreams, the bozo of your heart, like you are gonna pull them right into your sphere. I'm feeling it, and it will be somebody who prioritizes you, okay? Who knew that it was gonna go here? Not I. Oh, Spirit's great. That was fun. I'm... Oh man, but you knew it was gonna come up for Scorpio. At least that makes sense to me. Oh shit. Okay. Pull it together. I'm gonna pull it together. That was great. Ooh, oh my. Let's move appropriately to the clown of the zodiac. I say with love, my Sagittarians. Sagittarius. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the fun going. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh my God, yes. 50 Shades of Polka Dots. Oh my God. Holy shit. All right. Sagittarius. We are approaching the Sagittarius energy with like an appropriate amount of laughter. Okay. Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. My Sagittarius dominant folks, what do they need to know this week? Spirit. Mutable fire. Wow. I'm just gonna pick up and show it to you because I don't know if y'all heard that flick to the top of the deck. Like, wow, nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. Let's go. Money, finances, work, income for Sag. What do they need to know, please, Spirit? Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. When it comes to money. Woo-wee! Some of y'all have Scorpio placements. We're going to talk about it. Okay, and finally, Sagittarius. When it comes to love, relationships, connections, feelings, what do they need to know, please, Spirit? Sagittarius this week. All right. Y'all hear me shuffling these cards, right? Okay, so let's talk about it. Overall energy for the week. King of Wands, you're in your element. You're in your element, Sagittarius. King of Fire, managing your creative gifts, managing your talents. You can be anywhere on the gender spectrum. All of it is valid. When you come up as a king or queen, has nothing to do with gender or sex, has everything to do with personality type. This week, it behooves you. It benefits you. Hey, oh, yay. That's lovely. It benefits you to lead your life, right? Ha ha ha, lead your life, but truly to lead it, to be as creative in your life as you are in your art, in your writing, in your work. Like, King of Wands can take the spark of something and create a fire, can bring something from an idea into the tangible real world. Your creative gifts are highlighted. Some of you are writers, some of you are intuitives, some of you are artists of a different kind. This is what Spirit just said, like artists with energy and mutable fire, right? That makes sense. It's like sculpting fire. That's what I just heard. So some of y'all are sculpting your fire this week, and I'm hearing, where do you want to put it? If you've got a room full of 50 kilns, which kiln do you want to put your fire in? Because what's the next thing that you want? Like new job, new relationship, new sense of self, new energy. What do you want? You can have it. Be creative. Manage your creativity. Manage your energy. That's the other thing they're telling me about the fire and the king. Again, kings are about boundaries, the rules, protection, right? King protects the queen. How can you better manage and utilize and schedule out your fire, your energy? Manage your energy, not your time, is also what I'm hearing. So some of you might want to spend part of the week kind of looking into that type of planning. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's everybody has the same amount of time or whatever, but maybe my energy peaks here, goes down here. When I do this, it picks up my energy. When I do this, it depletes my energy. Kind of like energy audit. Okay? Do a little energy audit, because that's going to allow you to, from no matter what card you may get from here on out, if you made the decision to do this week and make it like just a practice, then you will be approaching every week of your life like a King of Wands. How do I best manage my energy and my talents? That's your focus this week, okay? Okay. So let's talk about why I was like, all right, some of y'all got some Scorpio placements. Sag. In a very different way from Scorpio, you also gotta watch your words. You can sometimes not even intend to like throw people or whatever, but you know, like you got a reputation for like being so honest, you can sometimes stick your foot right in your mouth and be like, not only did I say the wrong thing, I said like the wrongest thing that I possibly could have said in this moment. And I feel like you might be a little impatient this week, and you might be a little quick to speak. Again, tarot reading should never put fear or worry into you. This is to put in your tool belt patience. I'm gonna wield this patience like a weapon. As soon as somebody wants me to start moving fast or come up with something super fast, I'm gonna be like, your lack of planning is not my emergency. I will be requiring 24 hours or an hour or whatever it is to get back to you. I.e., same energy, if somebody lands in your inbox or your voicemail or whatever with some shitty little message, 5 of Swords, somebody being petty, somebody being selfish, self-centered. And remember, Sagittarius, it's a general reading. The energy can be vice versa. So if you're feeling a little selfish and you might be feeling like sending something shitty to somebody's inbox or whatever, ask yourself, like I said to Scorpio, what are you fighting for? What do you want to get out of the situation? Because I feel like you can actually get something good, get clarity, get understanding, get the ability to move on, move forward, start something new by having an honest conversation, but only if you're having an honest conversation that's like, again, Spirit is saying like, get to the point. Ha ha ha, no pun intended. Get to the point. Not like, here's what I feel like saying and doing because this person made me feel like shit. And instead being like, if what I want is the job, or if what I want is them to say yes, or if what I want is them to agree that they fucked me over or whatever, then please, please, please manage your energy and your creative gifts, and your words are one of your creative gifts, in such a way that it can actually get you what you want, rather than just kind of like, Spirit's like showing me like just like a bowling ball clattering into some pins. Like that might feel sort of satisfying, but you're just gonna have to reset and start again. That's so weird, but that's like what they're showing me. I don't even bowl. I'm terrible at it. Be honest, know what you're going for, and I'm pretty much kind of feeling like trim the fat, trim the excess, get to the point. What really matters is this. So that's what I'm going to focus on, not this other bullshit. Okay? I feel that some of you are going to be like, I'm hearing like, I'm actually hearing fighting for recognition for some of you with that King of Wands, and then these final cards for relationships, connections, love for this week. Scorpio things. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, little bit of feeling out in the cold, little bit of, am I really getting what I want? Am I getting what I deserve? Is this person making me feel important? Is this person making me feel prioritized? Or are things going so shittily in this realm that I'm actually starting to like look at my options? Because that's what I'm feeling for some of you. And of course it won't apply to everyone. It's a general reading, not a one-on-one. But some of you, it's like, I am so tired of feeling cold. I am so tired of like, I'm right here. Like I'm like 4 feet from you or something. And yet I feel like I'm alone. So what the fuck? Like now I'm looking at my options. That is not the case for all of you. For some of you, you may just have a very temporary, like, oh, this week you made me feel a little bit 5 of Pentacles. And 2 of Wands would suggest, what do I want? How can I get it? Because 2 of Wands is kind of like looking at 2 different paths. And you know who's good at choosing which wand is going to be the one that really grows and blossoms and brings them what they want is the King of Wands. So what I really want to say is this week, think about what you really want in your relationships, from your money, from your routines. What do I really want? And be willing to make the change. Be honest, just try not to put your foot in your mouth about what it is that you want. Know what you're fighting for, and wield that patience like a weapon to get what you actually want, not just like run in and like throw your sword around because you're impatient. 5 of Wands. Like I'm not even a fucking expert with swords. I'm an expert with wands. So I'm going to worry more about my energy and managing that and taking care of myself, because then the words will come out the right way. I will connect to the right people if I am feeling empowered within myself. Does that make sense? A little serious, a little bit serious this week, Sagittarius, but I mean, that's because you can make some fucking serious progress. Standing, again, I'm hearing it like this, like standing by yourself, not alone, but like, I stand by what I said. I stand by my soul. I stand by my desires. I'm not ashamed of these desires. Like, this is what I want. And if I can't get it here, then that's okay. But I'm not going to come into the situation like trying to hurt the other person because they can't give me what I want. I'm going to try to come into the conversation like, can I get what I want? And if it becomes clear that I cannot, well then I guess, you know, I'm going to go from this to, then what is next? What is my next step? And depending on how you handle it this week, you may be either like next week pop up the 3 of Wands of like, hey, I think I'm going to try something new. Or it could be like 6 of Pentacles. Like, thank God I had that difficult conversation with this person, because now they understand that what they said or did made me feel unworthy or left out or etc. And they have remedied the situation. Give people a chance to remedy the situation if that's what you want, okay? Know what you want, then go get it. Sometimes we reverse those things. No judgment. Okay. Now, from fire, we come back to earth, to Capricorn. Capricorn, CEO of the zodiac. Come on, fish goat. Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. Wow. Threw it right out. All right. A fun but difficult assignment for Capricorn. We're going to talk about it. Okay. Now, Spirit, let's look at work. Work. Money. Finance. Jobs. Projects. Okay. And finally for Capricorn, love. Relationships. Connections. What do they need to know if their high is good? Damn! A lot of power. A lot of power. All right. Let's go. Capricorn, overall energy for this week, receiving. Receiving, receiving, receiving. Sitting back, feeling gorgeous, feeling handsome, feeling whatever it is for you, feeling worthy. This is what this is about. I'm also feeling like for some of you, and we'll talk about this more, your creativity is off the charts. Off the charts. Like the Empress is often pictured as pregnant because she is like the ultimate creator. And I want to encourage Capricorn some patience. That's what I'm feeling, and we're going to talk about why, but I'm feeling like have patience for this thing. It's coming in its own time. It may be taking a little bit longer than you wanted it to. You may have that feeling like that a pregnant woman might have when she's like 9 months and it's like, I'm so ready. Like, could you just come out? Could you just come out? Like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see you. And I would really just love you out of my body. Like, I'd really just love to exorcise this. It's coming and it looks beautiful. And it's this week is demanding. Do it if you want, don't do it if you don't want. Capricorn, you know, you're kind of like, as much as you like to be known for being good, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Cecilia. As much as you like to be known as powerful and competent and etc., you usually don't like to shout from the rooftops to everybody about how great you are or how much you deserve or etc., etc. Like, you like to be appreciated, but you don't like to sing your own praises. I feel like other people are going to be singing your praises for you. I feel like it is important for you to feel worthy of praise. So, are you sharing your creative gifts, or are you at all hoarding them? Are you hiding them at all? No shame, no judgment. I think it is something for you to look at. And if you are hiding your light under a bushel, I would ask you how you expect to be appreciated for it. You know what I'm saying? Again, no shame, no judgment. You're the Empress. Spirit wants you to feel desired. Spirit wants you to feel like you are receiving gifts. And Spirit wants you to feel capable of giving wonderful gifts. But it's like, this is going to sound a little bit but like the gift of yourself. Like, you are a gift, Capricorn. Like, there are many things that you do extremely well, many things that you have to offer. So let people give to you and treat you like the gift that you are. That's just what I'm hearing. Now, why am I asking you to be a little bit more out there than you might usually, a little more jazz hands than you might usually be? Queen of Wands connected to the High Priestess. A lot of you are straight up intuitively gifted. Like, maybe you do what I do. Maybe you do it in some other fashion. But this would be telling me that for those of you who feel connected to that, like, yes, I do intuitive work. Looks pretty fucking great. Looks pretty magical. Queen of Wands. So we talked about the King of Wands before. Queen of Wands is second to the Empress only in terms of like creator. And when it comes to money, when it comes to work, when it comes to earning more income, you standing out for your talents is super important. And here's what Spirit is saying is, for a lot of you, your talent will speak for itself. So even though Spirit's asking you to be a little more jazz hands and a little more comfortable with like people recognizing you and applauding you, you're not going to have to like shout from the rooftops, okay? Your work will speak for itself. But here's the thing, if you're hiding your light under a bushel, it won't get a chance to speak for itself. So if you have like a video, an essay, a blog post, a freaking social media post, like that you've been like, I kind of want to say this, I kind of want to do this, I kind of want to do this. If you've been holding back and you've been waiting for a sign, this is your sign. This is your sign when it comes to money, work, job, income. Yes, you can take the lead. Yes, you can be recognized for everything you bring to the table. And know, as charismatic and wonderful and as great a leader and very warm, charismatic energy too around the Queen of Wands, both of these ladies, what they have in common is the ability to summon things to them. What they also have in common with this fine lady, and you may notice now that I have them next to each other, High Priestess is the older sister of the Empress, number 2 and number 3 respectively. So there's some divine timing happening here. Quite divine. Now, very interesting, Capricorn. Let's look at love, relationships, connections. Can you dig this crazy similar imagery? Some of you all are, I'm hearing breaking tradition, breaking away from bonds and traditions and rules in your relationships that maybe were the case in your past or in your childhood. Now, this can mean obviously very different things for different people, and I'm honestly hearing a couple things. Some of you may be coming to an understanding that you don't want such a, what's the word, like traditional type of relationship. The Hierophant is the Pope. Like, these are the rules, these are the traditions, this is how we do it. Very Capricorn energy, but ironically, the devil is actually the Capricorn card. And the devil is not evil. The devil is not anything terrible or bad or even external. It is about our undesirable desires, if I could put it like that. Like, damn, kind of like the clown thing. If anybody knew this about me, like, they would be disgusted or they'd be horrified or they'd be whatever. Like, you, Capricorn, have a problem with being vulnerable. You have a problem with acknowledging what you want sometimes, and I think that it's partially because you think that, like, if people know what I want, they might be able to like put one over on me. They'll have leverage on me. Like, you know, you kind of very Machiavellian Capricorn energy, and that's actually what I'm getting from this. And what I'm understanding from this, Capricorn, is that manipulation and like subterfuge and those kind of tactics are really not going to work for you. Yeah, I'm hearing non-traditional. I'm hearing don't be ashamed of what you want. And I feel like not being ashamed of what you want and going ahead and creating a system, a foundation in this is what it is for some of you, is like you're waiting to date and you're waiting, and Spirit's saying the thing again about like, well, if you're hiding your light under a bushel, if nobody knows that you're single or if nobody knows that you're looking, like, how is somebody supposed to find you, right? You got to turn your cab light on if someone's gonna hail the thing, right? You like control and you don't like feeling like anybody has leverage on you. So some of you might even be doing something like running from a person you have a crush on because it's like, like, I don't know, like, this cannot be. I do not like this. This is making me, like, why am I thinking about this person? And I'm like, oh, I can't sleep. I can't eat. Like, kind of just see, like, slapping yourself and wanting to be like, snap out of it. And I feel like, please don't be so harsh with yourself. Know what you want and try not to be ashamed of it, whatever it is. Like, it starts with you, Because if you cannot be ashamed of it and you can be like, you know, what I really want is to be polyamorous, or, you know, what I really want is to be monogamous, or whatever it is that might be a little bit of a departure, please know what your desires are and then don't be afraid to like build them into your life, okay? Even like our bad habits and our bad desires, something good can come out of exploring what that is. Like, even if it does mean, and this is what I'm honestly hearing for some of you, is, oh damn, like, my partner wants to be monogamous, I don't. The setting free may be that this person gets like set free because they've got to go off and do their own thing because you've realized you need to go be like this. So if you decide that you need to be single, or you need to be married, or you need to be whatever, and you have just realized it, don't ignore that, okay? Know what you want. Please proceed to go for it. In the realm of love and relationships, like, break the rules. That's what I just heard. Break the rules. Now, I'm not telling you, and I would hope that you wouldn't take it this way, but I'm not saying, you know, hey, you said you'd be faithful to your partner, break the rules. Like, no. I'm saying create your relationships, and remember, it goes for romance, goes for family, goes for friends. Create your relationships the way you want your relationships. It is your life, right? Don't be tied to one way of doing things. That's what Spirit just said. Okay? Okay. So now, Aquarius, from the earth, the mountains, up to the clouds. Let's talk to Aquarius. Water bearer. Aquarius sun. Wow. Okay. Overall energy for the week for Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, Aquarius dominant folks. Does Aquarius need to know, please, Spirit, for their highest good? Aquarius. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, overall focus. Okay. Now let's look at money, work, finances, business for Aquarius. Okay. And now, hey! Now, relationships, love, connections, feelings for Aquarius. What do they need to know, please, Spirit, for their highest good? Okay. Wow. Wow. You know what I just heard for you, Aquarius? The best is yet to come. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Hey, Kayla! Yay! So glad to have you. I'm doing great now that you're here. So, dang. Aquarius, the best is yet to come. Overall energy and focus for the week is transcending your fears. 8 of Swords. Number, oh my God. Ooh, Spirit is like really, woof. Okay. So, Spirit is bringing up the fact that this is the 8 of Swords, right? And the star is number 17, which numerologically reduces to the 8. And this is an 8-pointed star, a lot of 8 energy. Let us not forget that when you turn an 8 sideways, it becomes infinity. When you face your fears this week, Aquarius, when you take your blindfold off and shrug off your bonds and say, listen, it's okay for me to keep standing here. It's okay for me to not be ready yet, okay? It's crazy how just giving yourself permission to be like this, to be still, you start to feel the ropes loosen. The blindfold drops a smidge, and suddenly you can see out of one eye, just by saying, it's okay for me to be scared. It's okay for me to hesitate. It's okay for me to feel this way. I understand, you know what? I'm afraid of this and I'm afraid of that. Pulling off the blindfold and pointing out those 8 swords. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of success. I'm afraid of disappointing this person. I'm afraid of disappointing myself. I'm afraid of. When you do that, when you make yourself vulnerable, you are truly strong. When you are like, you know what, I'm going to do this and I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be amazing. I don't have to be the best. I just want to give what I have to give to the world. I just want to shine just the way I am. The Star, Aquarius, this is your card. You are singular. You are unique. You don't shine like anybody else. You shine your own way. When you shine, you give other people permission to shine, okay? Your uniqueness, that's one of your best gifts. Your uniqueness is what shows all of the rest of us like, oh, am I allowed to be unique? Like, oh, can I say what I want and dress the way I want and do what I want? Hell yeah. Your innocence is what saves you this week. Your vulnerability. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. You being your vulnerable self brings you great courage and puts you in a position, and this is how they're putting it, puts you in a position to get to higher ground. Both of these cards represent reaching higher ground. Both of these cards represent overcoming obstacles and like new paths opening up in front of you because of it. Wield your talent when it comes to work, when it comes to finance, when it comes to money. Like, do not be afraid to throw your hat in the ring. So if for any of you, there's like, I'm feeling for some of you, this is very literally like there's some kind of competition. And that could mean, this is a realm of like work, right? That could mean there's competition for this job. That could also mean, hey, submit your song, submit your essay, submit your book, whatever, to this competition. Throw your hat in the ring. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So when it comes to your talents, your gifts, I'm feeling moving onward, moving upward, and I feel that you absolutely have what it takes. Like, how else can I say it? I mean, wait till I show you your remaining cards. You might believe me more. I do feel for some of you that the fight and the emerging from the fight is, okay, I fought for what I wanted and now I've decided I'm moving on. So some of you might, I don't feel like lose a job or anything like that, but I feel like one of you, like one of you, I feel like for some of you it might be like, so I can see where I'm being moved on to this other path, and where if I explore, and this is just how they're putting it, this prong of my skills and talents, you know, some of you got that trident, water bearer. If I choose this prong, some exciting things could happen. Explore your talents. Don't be afraid to show them off, and definitely don't be afraid to jump in the competition if such a thing should exist. Now, dang. Doesn't get a lot better than this when it comes to love, connections, relationships, friendships. The Empress feeling adored, feeling desirable, being desired. And then 10 of freaking Pentacles, built to last, enduring, supportive, family. If any of you are experiencing any worry or concern around whether there will be support for your family or from your family, this is coming through very strongly that the family unit is tight and is caring, and that there will be support provided financially, physically, whatever it is, that whatever support you may need. And remember that family can be blood, but family can be chosen. Whichever way, your family is going to support you, and you will be supporting them. But I feel like open up, Aquarius, open up to receiving, because people want to give to you. Dang. Spirit just said somebody wants to offer you a platform. So you might get invited onto a YouTube channel. You might get invited onto a podcast. You might be doing some inviting, but I feel like other people want to give you a platform. Maybe someone is going to share something that you do, something you write, something you make, something you create or build. Somebody, the right, you know, influencer, whatever, somebody might be giving you a platform. So all the more reason, higher ground, get into the competition, because you're a fucking star. Share exactly who you are, your gifts, shamelessly. Okay? Okay. It's going to be worth your while. And now, without further ado, every Pisces that has been waiting so patiently, your time has arrived. From the air, from the clouds, we dive into the ocean, deep, deep to Pisces waters. Pisces, Spirit. What does Pisces need to know this week? Overall energy and focus for Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. Overall energy and focus for the week for Pisces. Okay? Now, when it comes to money, jobs, finances for Pisces, you got it? Mike! You're gonna put me on the Google fit again, man! Oh no! Oh, we have fun. Pisces, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love and clownery, what does Pisces need to know? What kind of foolishness does Pisces need to know about in the realm of love? Wow. Love, connections, jeez. Wow. Worth the wait, I promise you, Pisces. Wow. Holy crap. Okay. Pisces. Overall energy, wow. Love it when Spirit just says something that's like, takes me by surprise. Spirit says this week, go deep to get high. Go deep to get high. The moon, where did you come from? What's your primordial soup taste like? It's a weird thing to say. But what is it? What's in there? From whence did you emerge, Pisces? Like family unit, the pool out of which your consciousness crawled. Look back and be like, what did that give me? What did that show me? What did that teach me? It gave you gifts. It also gave you burdens, right? Like, it's just what happens. What are you carrying on your back? Do you want to carry it on your back anymore? Will it serve you in your journey? Or are there certain ways in which you want to be a little more light on your feet, ready to go? There's an exploration of your past and of your shadow, and that is going to take you higher. You've got, this is what, wow. Wow. I do that all the time, Katie, like literally. This is what Spirit is showing me, is it's like straight up Harry Potter book 4. Oh my God. Oh God, I'm too excited. Okay, this is what they're showing me is like, do you remember, if any of y'all read Harry Potter or saw the movies? I think it's book 4. I'm gonna feel real bad if it's not. I think it is. Goblet of Fire? Okay, anyway, there's a scene in which there is a contest, right? And the contest is, they tell the students, right, magic students, you're gonna have to jump to the bottom of this bog or this sea or whatever, and we're gonna have one of your friends tied up, like chained to the bottom of the sea, and you've got to figure out a way to go get them. Now, it's not your friends tied at the bottom of the sea, Pisces, it's you. It's you when you were 3 years old. It's you when you were 8 years old. It's you when you were 14. It's you when you were 29. The parts of you that you have tried to keep away, the parts of you that you have tried to hide, you've got to go down and liberate. You got to go pull them out. They need to be rescued. They will bring, it's like reintegrating your power, right? It's like coming back together. You've got to save you. You've got to go to little childhood you got to save them, pick them back up out of obscurity. Like, you deserve love. What do you want to do? What do we want to have? Go deeper to get higher. Go back to go forward. That's what they just said. When it comes to money, when it comes to work, when it comes to business, finance, you're going to be kicking ass. And I think it's going to be because you go deep to go high. It's going to be because you go back to go forward. It's going to be because you decide, you know what? I do deserve. I am worth it. I am powerful. I do deserve justice. I do deserve my place, my throne. Say hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
It's my sister. So, oh, she actually has Pisces placement, so you can totally be listening to this in the background. Go deep to go high. Recognize your power and bring balance where there's a lack of balance. Hey, you're getting a couple hugs. Go low to go high. Some of y'all do your own damn thing. Some of you, it's like, this is my business, or this is my skill, this is my talent. You're going to be working it. Oh, Yessie says hi. Now we're getting real personal. Hey, Yessie. For some of you, I feel like there's even, okay, Spirit is literally showing me signing contracts with this. So some of you, it may be like, finally, after all this preparation, after all these moves that I've been making, it's time to like sign on the dotted line. Aw, cute. Time to sign on the dotted line. You've earned it. I don't know how else to tell it to you, Pisces, that they're telling me like, you've earned it, okay? Like, Spirit would love to like pop out of the clouds for every single one of you and tell you that you've earned it. But if you could just take this and integrate it and believe it and take your power, it's already yours. The Emperor already has everything that they need. They're not working for anything. They've got it. I do feel put it in writing. So if any of you are looking to team up with someone, you're starting this new thing, or you're creating something, because again, Emperor, you might be the one taking the lead. Get everything in writing. You're going to pay me this much for this, or we're doing this kind of exchange, and for every this I do for you, you're going to do this for me. Get it all laid out so that there's no confusion, no bullshit, nobody's going to fucking, like, no double speak, okay? I'm hearing that, and I'm not trying to castigate any Geminis, but they're attaching that double speak thing to a Gemini. So if any of you have somebody in your life, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, I'm not so much getting the sense that it's like someone's going to be like trying to do you wrong. That's not why I'm feeling getting in writing. I'm feeling like this person might be a little bit flighty, flibbity-gibbet, like one day this and then one day that. Like, oh, well, I thought I was going to be available, but oh, I'm tired. Or like, oh, I started doing this, because they're not organized. So it's a little unfair, but kind of like you need to be organized enough for everybody that you want on board, okay? And take them to task, get them to sit down, put it in writing. Put it in writing. That way nobody got to have no arguments, nobody going to be confused. Now, I want to make one quick note about arguments. Pisces, this flew out. I feel pretty good about everything that's going on, except that some of you are dealing with people who are childish. Some of you are dealing with people who are really immature, and they're not going to grow up overnight, even if it's like, I'll be responsible enough or organized enough for both of us, kind of like what Spirit is saying. There's some people that you just cannot be organized enough for. There's some people that are going to throw like wrenches in the works because they fucking like can't find their ass with both hands and a flashlight or whatever it is, like, or they just don't care to, or they think that they should be able to do it their way and fuck your way. I think this person's going to get themselves into trouble. That's what I'm hearing. So I feel like you do your thing, you be responsible, you fulfill your responsibilities and do whatever it is you need to do. Let this person kind of like hoist themselves by their own petard. That's what I'm hearing. And that for you to get involved or for you to start throwing barbs or whatever would actually only reflect poorly on you. So this is one of those, like, I'm gonna fucking Pisces go with the flow. Fuck this. Why? Fuck. Like, doesn't get much better than this when it comes to love, when it comes to connections, when it comes to relationships. Dang. I mean, these are both cards of celebration. These are both cards of, I know exactly what I'm getting into and I love it. The sun is clarity. The sun is warmth and energy and vitality and feeling the warmth that other people are shining on you, feeling the love that other people are shining on you. Four of Wands, feeling at home, feeling harmonious, feeling connected, feeling mutuality. I mean, literally the Four of Wands is the marriage card. In our day, I would call it the commitment card. It's like I could really see going all the way with you, whatever that means to you. Like, and remember, this can be romance and love, but this can also be, I mean, Four of Wands is straight up the happy family card. But it can also be like a business connection where it's like, oh my God, we're really going to build this together, because it's not just business. We like love each other. We care about each other. We want to see each other succeed. I see this like, this is the phrase they're using, like explosive growth when it comes to like things that you work on with people that you love. Again, that could be in business and that could be in family, but I'm feeling explosive growth, and it comes around being connected to people that make you feel good and make you feel like you can be yourself. That's what I'm hearing. The sun, solar, center of the universe, everything revolves around you. And I'm going to tell you, Pisces, that this week I kind of do want you to think of it that way. The sun, the world revolves around me. I'm the emperor. What do I think? What do I want to do? Internal locus of control. Google it. It's good shit. Pisces, looks like a pretty good week. You might be finding out what you're made of, which can, you know, indicate a little bit of friction, but with the sun and the Four of Wands and the Emperor, I feel like you come out on top and you feel fucking great about it. Y'all, Cameron didn't even die once. It's another one. We did it. Wow, I just like clapped and cat hair flew. That is my life. I don't know if it'll register on camera. I hope it does. I fucking love y'all. Thank you to those of you that have been here live. It really fucking means the world to me. Thank you for chatting. I'm trying to get better at managing both things at once. And to those of you who donated, like, dead. Oh, love you too. Y'all are wonderful. I want to get this done so that it can start processing and be up ASAP. So those of you who maybe missed your sign can catch it. Much love, many blessings to y'all. Until next week. Bye. Again, I'm going to figure this out eventually.